My name is Dr. Simon Michaud. I work in the mining industry. I've become interested in sustainability of our industrial sector, and I've found some very interesting ideas with regard to a coming change in practice. I've found some parallels in our industrial agriculture. This is Bev Buckley. Bev, you've done quite a bit of work in development with regard to organic farming.
Yes.
Could you tell me a little bit about your history there?
I actually retired to this place, and the gardening was actually meant to be a hobby, but it became rather a full-time business. My background is actually in training and education, and that's what I've done for many, many decades. Both as a high school teacher, I'm actually a geographer and an economist, and later on in corporate training. So training is my love. To my surprise, gardening has become my passion, and I have found it probably one of the most intellectually stimulating activities you could ever have. And I've been very fortunate. I've received a number of awards, and we get a lot of recognition for what we're doing here at Castellan. I came to Tambourine Mountain about 16 or 17 years ago, and when I retired actually, and I started a little garden, and it grew, and now it's become an obsession, probably more than anything else. I spend most days out here in the garden growing plants, and one of the things that's really fascinated me is the incredible complexity and knowledge that's required in order to become a really, really good farmer. I believe that we are capable of feeding ourselves in a healthy way, and this is one of the things that I am attempting to demonstrate. It's not hard. It does take commitment, and it does take knowledge, and training is something that I really love to do. I love sharing knowledge, and I have found that sharing the knowledge about growing things has been really, really rewarding. And what we've done here at Castellan is to actually create a situation where people can come and learn. We have a training program which runs on the internet, and people can do it through the internet, but they can also come here and learn the practical aspects of what we do so that they can replicate it anywhere. I believe it's possible for us all to be able to feed the world as they do in Russia. Russia actually creates something like 80 or 90% of the food in small gardens. It's all grown organically, without any poisons, without any pesticides, without any weedicides. And this is what we do.
Could you talk us through what you learned from all this and how it matches up with your own work?
One of the big things I've been really interested in is the use of chemical fertilizers and what they do to the soil and the effect on plants. But the other thing is the use of poisons. And the use of poisons has increased by about 100% in the last 5 years. So that's a really, really large increase. We now have a lot of evidence that shows that the major poison that's used in the world, Roundup, is incredibly dangerous. And so I've been fascinated by some research that's been carried on in the United States in the last year or so, which explains why this is such an incredibly dangerous poison. The research was done by a woman called Stephanie Seneff, and she is a research scientist at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Her paper was published in a magazine called Entropy 3 months ago. I found it incredibly difficult to understand because I'm not a scientist. So I then went about trying to decipher the information sufficiently so that people without a scientific background could understand it. And this is the purpose of doing this film. I can't believe that the Monsanto group and the people associated with it haven't known this information for years. The executives, the shareholders, particularly the major shareholders, many of whom are very, very large financial institutions, and the representatives of the legal firms that advise Monsanto must all have known a lot of this information. What's even more sinister is the fact that the governments have actually passed laws which allow Monsanto to sell this product and have actually made it impossible for Monsanto to be sued on the basis of damage caused by this product. Stopping a company like Monsanto is not going to be easy. Many people have been trying in the last few years, but it's obviously we have to do something. First thing, of course, is to stop using their product. The second thing, I think, and this is really important, is to share the information that I'm planning to share with you today, because action requires some sort of substance. We need to be motivated to stop using this product, which is incredibly useful, which is why it sells so well. It solves a lot of problems for farmers and growers and urban gardeners, but we can't afford to use it. It is not biodegradable, as Monsanto has said, and it is damaging health of people who use it, people who eat the food that's grown by farmers who use it, and it's damaging the environment.